So this video is sponsored by Pionex, one of the exchanges I use all the time. It's one of the main crypto brokers to Binance, so the volume is very high. The main thing that sets them apart though is that you can use free trading bots, a variety all designed to benefit from different market behaviors, whether that's up, down or sideways. You'll get 20% off all your trading fees for life with my link in the description. And if you join the Telegram, a lot of us already use it, so if you've got questions we can try and help you out. Hello everybody, welcome back. So, this will be the last video I promise that I make on ICP, and I won't make any more until I suppose we reach the target, which again, I'm telling you now, it's likely to be quite a bit higher than where we are right now. So, as we can see, we'll start with, I'll tell you what, we'll just start with Bitcoin. So we were talking last night on the live stream about how Bitcoin looks like it wants to edge into this box down here, between areas of about, we'll call it 57,500 to the top of the box, and the bottom down to about 53,700. So this looks to me like the area, the most likely area that we'll head into and then turn around from, right? As we all know, when Bitcoin pulls back, most of the time the rest of the market pulls back and amplifies that move down, right? There's been a few outliers, I suppose, recently, overnight actually. We've just done these big spikes, kind of out of character really to the way that the market's moving. XRP being one of them, but that's a different story altogether. Unless you're trading with sell orders that are predetermined, then none of that really means anything. So what we're looking at here is ICP basically just doing exactly the same thing as Bitcoin, pretty much the same thing. Bearish looking chart, looking like it wants to come down to these lower levels. We had a previous wick bottom down here at 37, and a prior wick down here about, we'll call it 40 flat. Now, I'm still very much bullish on this. Well, I'll call it we can call it the long term, but really it's over the next 6 to 8 weeks or so. We've got a nice tight range, to be honest with you, and this range once broken is going to launch all the way up to our previous top over here, about 80, and then at that stage we'll probably have a decent uptrend that will be likely sustained and go higher than that. However, I'm only really targeting areas of 80, and some of my I suppose remaining ICP will go on after then, depending on how strong the market is as a whole and how significant the uptrend looks. But for the moment, we're still trending down. We're going back down to the lower ranges. Now, I know that everybody wants to be excited when something goes up, but really the most appropriate time to be excited is when things go down. I know that's blanket statement, but it goes to the old expression, time-old expression: you buy low and you sell high, right? And so I've made videos on ICP, over the last few weeks or so, and we have had a push up to the top of the range, but that wasn't enough for people. They failed to see that there was something in it. The whole range is still in play, right? So we're coming back down to the bottom side of the range. So even if you were just looking to play this range on its own, you should be getting excited. Never mind looking for the breakout. And what I'm saying here is, and again, people on the live streams will have heard it, I am looking for some significant upside across the market as early as end of November into December. And coins like this, they've been basically flat for a little while now. This is an accumulation area. This is a trading range, and it's looking to break, most likely to the up, because the market looks like it wants to break to the up. And I'm talking about the overall market, right? So we're at the bottom of the trading range right now, which means you could potentially buy low, right? Even if you're just looking to sell up here, which is sell high, right? I know I'm explaining it, quite overly simplistic here, but I mean, it is that simple, really. Now, like I say, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my trading strategy. This is one of my main investments here, and I'm going to be adding more to it for the simple reason that this is a very obvious range with a very bullish outlook given the market and how far this has been in the past, and the next level up from here. So we're talking just short of 100% move, from on a tether pairing. I think it's probably likely to go higher than that. So what we'll be looking for is a test, maybe a break on a wick basis down into the upper 30s, and then a spring from there, just like we've had in the past. Bounce and a spring, back down here, a bit of a spring, bounce and a spring. I'd be looking for the same thing to happen again. Now I get a lot of trolls on here talking about the tokenomics and the blah 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 and the this, that and the other. Like, fundamental analysis is good, definitely, But fundamental FUD, generally, you know, things like that, I doesn't really count for a great deal, to be honest with you. I appreciate the nature of ICP and how it's a bit dodgy. You know, it's massive, and it's Orwellian. I get all of that. But for me, as a trader, I'm just looking to trade, make some money. I don't really care about the projects. I don't care about it at all, to be honest with you. And it's simply a matter of red versus green versus red versus green. And to me, this looks like the most obvious opportunity. If we were to get a dip or a wick below the $40 zone, we're likely to get a spring from there. That spring is very, very likely to take us to the top side of the range. We're talking $55. And then there's always that opportunity, given the market's health, that we spring out of there, move up to the 80s, and then who knows where from there? Who knows where it could go from there? But that's my state of play at the moment. Risk to reward is pretty good, to be honest with you. It's pretty good. The risk is definitely lower than the reward at this stage, and so to me it seems like a no-brainer. So anyway, I am going to leave it with you there. There'll be no more talk of ICP on the channel. I know it upsets a lot of people, and that's not my intention to upset anybody. It's just it's a coin that I'm trading and documenting the trade, the reason for the trade, and the potential targets for that trade. Which for me, I'm not looking just to play this range. I am waiting for this range to break. I'm pretty confident that it will. But if you were looking to just trade the range, that's an appropriate thing to do as well. Anyway, I will leave it with you there. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day, and take it easy.